All right, guys, we are going to move on to paper 2. Are you ready? Okay. A lot of my students tell me until today, teacher, paper 1 is so easy, paper 2 is so difficult. Because paper 1, the answers are there. Paper 2, or teacher, I don't know what to write. Today, I'm going to teach you a method, especially for section A, the compulsory question, how you can extract a lot of information from that. Let's go through it, guys. Okay, section A is the compulsory question. They'll be giving you a long extract. Guys, read it, please. Read it carefully. Take your time. Don't rush through this. Some of you guys tend to skip the whole extract and go to the questions. What are you going to answer? You can do that for section B, where they only give you questions and you have to write down answers, but you can't do that for section A, which is why section A is compulsory. Most of the answers are already in the extract. All you have to do is extract that information from the paragraph. Do you understand? All right. Read it carefully, take your time, and take down many points. Details. Details are very important. Okay, how are you going to do that? Very simple. Let's look at an example question. This was taken out from a 2018 paper, if I'm not mistaken. Some of them already have the paper with them. Changes in the global balance of economic power. All right, what are they talking about? Let's look at this, guys. In 2014, GDP stood at USD 78 billion. 78,000 billion, oh my God, that's a mouthful. A year later, it had increased to USD 80,730 billion. Like I said, take down a lot of keynotes. Obviously, when you are given your paper, you can underline it, you can circle it, anything you like. The reason for this is because you don't have to. I have seen some students, guys, in the research I've done, among some students who are actually reading this, they read this. I don't know whether they are reading it or they are skimming through it, this is not a comprehension passage. Okay, so if you read it like that and you're just like, okay, I went through it, and then they straight skip and go to the question, and then they come back and read it again. Guys, you're wasting time, man. You've only got 2 hours, 15 minutes for this paper, and it's 90 marks. Okay, if you are going to waste your time like that, what's the purpose? Every minute matters. I rather you finish the whole paper in like 1 hour, 45 minutes and take 30 minutes to go through the paper again and again to make sure all your points are accurate. Well and good. There is a potentiality for you to get 100% for econs and business studies. Can you get what I mean? You can get 100%. All right, can you all get what I mean or not? So take down a lot of keynotes. So the first sentence which I read is that the GDP in 2014 was at 78 billion. And then in 2015, a year later, it increased to 80,730 billion. Okay, this is a good thing. This is a good thing. It means the overall economic growth of the planet has increased. That's a very good thing. Now, in the past, countries such as the US and Germany might have been expected to have made the largest contribution to the increase in GDP. But today, China has accounted for 20% of the increase in world output in 2015. What do we understand from this is that US and Germany were the largest contributors before. However, now China has actually contributed 20% to the increase in world output. All right, well and good. Now, China is set to become the largest economy. It is becoming a stronger competitor in a number of markets. This increased price competitiveness is the result of a number of factors, including maintaining a low exchange rate, providing subsidies to a number of industries, and increased labor productivity. There are 3 points there, guys. The reason why China has actually contributed to this is because there is a low exchange rate. The subsidies are provided to a number of industries, and there is increased labor productivity. Let's see if I've got that. I've got low exchange rate and subsidies. I did not put in the increased labor productivity. You have to underline that as well. Now, however, in 2015, the Chinese government was considering whether to reduce the size of the country's steel industry, possibly by cutting the subsidy it received. So when they remove the subsidy, we'll have to go to figure 1. Okay, wait. Figure 1 shows how the market for steel might be affected by such a change. Okay, let's look at figure 1. We understand that in the last sentence, the Chinese government was considering to reduce the size of the country's steel industry, so they want to cut the subsidy it received. Can you understand what's going on in this graph here? This is figure 1. Do you see what is going on in the graph? What happens when the subsidy was removed? Did the price increase or did the price drop? The price increased. Good job. You can see it. So the price of steel increased from S1 to S2. You can see it in this arrow. S1 to S2. I'm sorry, that's P1 to P2. Guys, sorry. That's P1 to P2. The price increased from P1 to P2. And this also shows that the quantity demanded and the quantity supplied dropped from Q1 to Q2. Okay, guys, the quantity of steel supplied dropped from Q1 to Q2. Can you see that? Okay. Students, when the graphs are given to you like this, your job is to interpret the graph. Okay, guys, your job is to interpret the graph. You should know what is the significance of P1 and P2 and what is the significance of Q1 and Q2. So you should know what happens when the price increases. So what does this mean? You should know the cause and effect of all of that. All right. And this also shows the overall supply of steel has actually dropped. It shifted to the left, S1 to S2. Okay, guys? Maybe I should edit this, guys. Okay, much better. Okay, wait, I was here just now and I gave this to you. Any questions? Guys, focus. You guys want to check your May, June results, right? I'll give you a break at 2:05. Is that okay? At 2:05? Came out already? Okay, wait, give me 2 more minutes. I'll give you a break at 2, can? Because I have to go through this because I've got a little bit more money. Focus here. The price of steel increased from P1 to P2. The quantity of steel supply dropped from Q1 to Q2. And there is an overall drop of supply from S1 to S2. Good. This is figure 1. Now we are going to move on because the extract is still long. Now guys, what we understand from the first paragraph here, some developed countries have been struggling recently. For example, Australia has seen its economic growth rate declining. To try to increase domestic economic activity, the Reserve Bank of Australia has cut interest rates. Okay, what I understand is that Australia's economic growth is declining, so the government decreased the interest rates, which makes sense. When the government decreases the interest rates, more people will be borrowing money. People will be spending money, especially the consumers will be spending money and the firms will be borrowing money to expand their business. This will actually resuscitate the economy of Australia. Can you all get what I mean? So this seems like a good move. The second paragraph, developing and emerging economies, economic growth rates are increasing. In Africa, this is a part because of the discovery and exploitation of oil and mineral resources. These countries have different exchange rate systems and have different records of success in attracting multinational companies. Many African countries use protectionist measures, but some are moving towards free trade. All right, I understand that Africa has a lot of natural resources. They were having a lot of trade barriers, but now they want to have free trade. Are you all following me, guys, so far? Okay, the protectionist measures, this sentence here, the protectionist measures here refers to them having trade barriers. Okay, well and good. We are going to move on. In most developing and emerging economies, the birth rate is falling. The impact of this change is influenced by the relative size of the fall. I am guessing that there's a fall of birth rate, which is affected by the percentage of the fall. For instance, in Nauru is one of the smallest countries in the world, having a population of only 10,000 people. Nauru, guys, is just off Australia, above New Zealand, near Solomon Islands. You all know that? You all know that? Okay, good. All right. They only have a population of 10,000 people, and the birth rate fell from 26 to 25 in 2015. Okay, well and good. Any questions for me? Any questions? Okay, guys, it's 1:58. Wait. It's 1:58. Can I give you like a 4 minutes break? Okay, fine. I'm going to give you 7 minutes. Come back at 2:05. Please don't be late. Go. Can, yeah? Okay, guys, can you all hear me clearly? All well and good? Okay, guys, we have already gone through all of this. I think all of you all have already understood this. Okay, guys, we took down all of the important notes, and these are the questions. Shh. Come, guys, welcome, have a seat. Come, have a seat. Okay, have a seat. Have a seat. Are you all there? Are you all sitting down? Handphones away. I hope the May June results were good. Good. All of you all are proud. All got A stars. Wonderful. So econs also you got to get an A star. I'll be looking forward to it in January. Okay. So have a seat. No, it's not hard. It's not hard. Focus now. Okay, guys. These are the kind of questions which will come out for your paper 1 section A compulsory question. It's out of 30 marks. Today, we are here to learn and understand how to answer these questions, how to tackle them, and how to assure that you can get full marks. Are we good? Have a seat, guys, quietly, and please be quiet. Keep your phones away. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Phones away. Okay, guys? All right, great. Okay, students, your paper is with you. Write down the questions quickly. Write it down, yeah, write down. Focus back in class, write down. Write down the questions. Actually, you know what? You can just write down A, B, C. You can just write down A, B, and C. No need to actually copy, just the keyword only. Like for example, A, 2 monetary policies. What are 2 monetary policies from the extract you can think of? You guys know what are monetary policies, right? What are they? Interest rates and what else? Sorry? Inflation. Taxation is fiscal policy. Government spending is fiscal policy. Monetary policy, guys, come on. No, your interest rate is one. There's another one. It's right there. The government will play with something to... Government spending is fiscal policy. The government will play with another tool to assure the import and exports. Okay, bless you. Okay, trade barriers is definitely there. The government will do that, but the government will play with something else, guys. They will increase it and decrease it. Interest rates. Tips, sir. Hint. I'm giving you a hint already. The government will play with it to increase it and decrease it. What? Sorry? Gold price, what? Curb the prices. What? Okay, guys, if the government wants to encourage exports, what do they do to something? I know trade barriers is one, but the government will play with something else. You're forgetting that tool. How much is our currency compared to Singapore? What's my question? What are you answering? What? Exchange rate. Thank you, guys. Interest rates and exchange rates. Come on, man. What's my country's currency compared to Singapore? Exchange rate. I was expecting a figure, a number. Okay, but good job. Okay, thank you. So from the extract, 2 monetary policies were mentioned, interest rate and exchange rate. Okay, students, guys, most of you guys struggle with exchange rate, correct? You couldn't think of it, right? But you got interest rate correct, right? At least you got one mark. Did you have to think very long? When they mentioned monetary policy, did you have to think very long? You won't have to. This is why I'm telling you paper 2 is easier. Trust me. Okay, guys, paper 2 is much easier. You can potentially get 90 out of 90 marks for econs. Okay, so A is done. Let's look at B. Explain two causes of a fall in birth rate. Ayo, guys, a similar question came out for trial. You know the type of answers I got. You want to know, guys. I had a range of condoms becoming more expensive. Condoms were given out free. I don't know everything. You don't write the word condom in your exam paper, okay? Maybe you can play around with the words. Explain two causes of a fall in the birth rate. Okay, a fall in the birth rate, you can talk about this. Increase in education. So beautiful, right? Increase in education. What? Another one would be government discourages births. And I'm sure you already know the explanation for number 2. Oh, guys, I'm sorry. Wait. Students, look in front. Why do I see you all copy pasting answers? I just want you all to learn only today. If you get the answer correct, you can write it down. No one is going to check your answers today, okay? So please don't waste your time. Just you have the answer in your mind, well and good. Okay, guys, please don't copy what I'm having on the slides. Now, guys, the thing you need to understand about question B, it's four marks. How do you get 4? Thank you. 1 point, explain. So I have both the points down. Well and good, I have both the points down. Increase in education, can somebody explain it to me? How does increase in education cause a fall in birth rate? Can somebody help explain that to me? Sex education. Yeah, sex education I can accept. Okay, guys, so you can actually say that increase in sex education in schools shares our knowledge on birth control. Can. I can accept this. Do not use what word in your exam papers after this? Yeah, please don't use. Okay, guys, please don't use that. Okay, the marking scheme does not have that word. It means I can't give you a mark for that word. Okay, guys. Government discourages births. Under what circumstance will the government discourage? Well, I mean, I'm getting married. I want to have kids. It's my... Because of overpopulation. Thank you. Some countries with an overpopulation, the government tends to reduce incentives for child rearing, such as China. Thank you. Good. Now you all are thinking. Any other country? I know that Pakistan had it. Bangladesh has it. India, no lah, bro. India, I think they don't have it. India. I don't know. I cannot recall. But I know Pakistan had it. The population minister, they have a minister for the population. The population minister came up with a policy also, right? I think they had 1 family to 2 kids, I think. 2 kids to 1 family policy. In China is 1, right? 1 child to 1 family. They really wanted to decrease the birth rate. So this is another reason why the birth rate can actually fall. Okay, now let's look at question C. You guys have your calculators with you? Okay, good. Can you take it out? Okay, guys, your calculators. All right. Calculate using information from the extract the value in USD of China's contribution to the global GDP growth in 2015 and the number of children born in Nauru in 2015. Okay, let's try A. The value of USD of China's contribution to global GDP growth in 2015. Okay, yeah, guys, I have to go back, way back. It is somewhere here. How much did China contribute? The question is asking for the overall or the growth? The growth, right? If you were to look at the question, guys, calculate using information from the extract the value of in USD of China's contribution to global GDP growth in 2015. The first thing we have to identify is how much was the GDP growth. Okay, so if you were to look back at the question, right, the GDP growth is here. The first, in 2014, the GDP was 78,000 billion, and in 2015, it's 730,000 billion. What do you have to do now? Minus what? 2015 minus 2014. How much do you get? 2730. Did you get that? No. How much you got? 1,000. How much? Bro, your calculator got problem, bro. Check again. I think 80730 minus 78. I think I do it in my mind also. I get 27330. How did you get? Right? Hey guys, if your calculator got problem, you have a massive problem. Huh? Okay, all your answers can be wrong. Okay, I got 2730. Am I going to write 2730? Why? Because 2730 is only the growth. I want to know how much China contributed 20% of the 2730. Now what do I do? Times 20%. 2730 times 20%. How much did you guys get? 5? 546 what? 5, or just write billion is fine. Are you done? 546 billion? There's something else missing. No need to change it to USD, but what you have to write is, you look at the question, the value in USD of China's contribution. So you got 2730, 546 billion. Make sure you write down the USD. USD 546 billion, correct. Of course, in circumstances like this, some markers will be like, it's okay, they see 546, they are going to give you correct. But I don't want you to take the risk because they have asked here already the value in USD. So make sure you write USD. Be critical with your answers. Okay? Check your answers. Correspond them with the questions. Check. Have I got? Why? Because I want you to secure the 2 marks. Students, don't take for granted 1 mark or 2 marks. Why? Some of you guys just got back your trial marks and you realize that you're so close to getting an A star. You're so close to getting an A. The frustration is real. Okay, guys, that 1 mark can make a lot of difference. Can you all get what I mean? No, huh? I mean, your trial also, some of you guys got 79, 89. Okay, still the trial. Your IGCSE come out of that. Imagine, guys, your IGs, you take 5 subjects. All the 5, you got 79. All the 5, you got 79. Think, what's your feelings at that point? All the 5 subjects, you got 79 out of 100. 1 more % to get an A. The frustration is real. Every mark matters. Okay, guys, secure your mark. Just by writing USD, you might be getting 2 marks. Okay, the second one, guys, the number of children born in Nauru in 2015. The number of children born in Nauru in 2015. I think it's in the last paragraph here. It's in the last paragraph here. Did I take note of it? Yeah, there is a fall of birth rate, the percentage fall. Look at the last paragraph. For instance, Nauru is one of the smallest countries in the world, having a population of only 10,000 people. Its birth rate fell from 26 to 25 in 2015. So what the question is asking is how many children were born, I think, right? How to do this math? Those of you all who are good in maths, how? The 26 and 25 are percentages. Look at me, look at me. Do it on your own, quick. What do you think the answer is? 26 to 25, it dropped, right? Must you minus anything? Minus what? 26 minus 25 is 1. You sure? Look back at the question. The question is, The question is asking the number of children born in Nauru in 2015. Very simple. 25% times 10,000. That's it. You got it ready. Okay. You want to go even further, you can use the 25,000 divided by, I think, no. The 1 yeah, you can do it, the 25,000 divided, how much is 25,000 divided by 10? 250, yeah. Is it 250? Yeah. No, but it's okay, guys. You do this already, you got it correct. No need to worry. The marking scheme shows this. Oh yeah, question. Students, must you show the working when you're doing your thing, when you're doing this? Must you show the working? No need. Answer me. Must you show the working? Like what I did just now, 8073 minus that, and then I get that. Must you show that? Okay. The chances are sometimes like what Isaac did just now. I don't know how he got another figure for this minus that. Okay. The chances are your answer can be wrong. This answer here can be wrong, but your working is correct. It is stated in the marking scheme that 1 mark is given to your working and 1 mark is given to your answer. So you think you should put in your working or not? Still don't want, huh? Okay, you win lah, Lucas. Okay. If you want to just get that extra 1 mark, you can put in your working. Even though your answer here is wrong, you still get 1 mark. But teacher, my answer is wrong. Why would they give me marks? Because in the marking scheme, it stated that if you give your working is correct, you will get one mark. That's it. Even if I rather you gain that 1 mark than lose 2 marks just because it's not 546 and it's 545. You see what I mean or not? Yeah. So make sure your working is there. Okay, guys, ABC, we are done. I think it was quite easy, lah. The first 3 questions, ABC, was quite easy. We are now going to do D, E, F, and G. Okay. Look at question D. Analyze using a PPC how the discovery of new oil reserves would affect an economy. 5 marks. 5 marks. Okay, students, look in front, focus on me. A lot of my students do not like to draw graphs in paper 2 because they are so afraid their graphs are going to be wrong. Fair enough? Fair enough. But listen to me carefully. You would be impressed with this. The marking scheme, wait, let me show you the marking scheme. Sorry? The marking scheme, guys. Analyze using a PPC how the discovery of new oil reserves would affect an economy. Look at the mark scheme. 4 marks is already given to your diagram, man. You literally draw the x's, you already get one mark. You literally draw the x's, the x and y, you already got one mark. Please tell me, you don't want graphs, man? I think the more graphs you have, the better. Because it's very easy to get marks. Okay, guys. So 1 mark for the x's, 1 mark for the original curve, downward sloping line, blah, 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 stuff like that. You all know how to draw a PPC, right? You draw a PPC, I think, come on, guys, let's say no teacher, I'm so bad, I don't know how to draw a PPC. You don't know how to do this? Guys, you don't know? You don't know how to do you don't know how to just do an X and Y here? And then you just have to label it capital goods and consumer goods, draw one curve, draw another curve, put A, B, and then draw an arrow. You got 4 full marks. No explanation, nothing. 4 marks already given to this. If graphs are given to you, pray that graphs come out. Graphs are super easy to get marks. Explanation is very minimal. Your explanation is only one mark, here. Finding of new resource. Hey guys, sorry guys, my English. Sorry, wait. Finding of new resources shows a potential increase of overall production of goods and services resulting in economic growth. Was that too difficult? Your explanation was literally 1 sentence long. Here, finding of new resources shows a potential increase of overall production of goods and services resulting in economic growth. Okay. Some students ask me, teacher, if I don't draw a graph and if I just explain only can or not? Cannot. Analyze using a PPC how the discovery of new oil reserves would affect an economy. But you not drawing the graph and you just explaining in half a page how the PPC can, how finding new oil reserves can contribute to the economy, my maximum mark to you is still 1. Can you see how it works? My maximum mark to you is still 1. It is written in the mark scheme. 4 marks is given for the graph, guys. And literally, the 4 marks are in your trial exam. I noticed some of you all doing this. You drew the X and Y axis very well. You labeled it capital goods, consumer goods. You put the PPC curve here. You didn't put the arrow. No marks for the arrow. Out of 4 marks, I can only give you 3 out of 4. You see how it works? Literally, guys, these minor details can contribute to your marks, So please do your graphs well. See to it that you bring a blue pen, a black pen, as well as a pencil and eraser. Make sure your pencil is 2B because it's thick. Okay, guys, an eraser, a ruler. Okay, this one also I have to emphasize. Teacher, I didn't bring a ruler. I freehand want to draw my curve, can or not? Okay. There is something which I like to tell my students. I don't like to make them fall under. There is something known as the marker's discretion. Have you all heard of that? The marker's discretion is where you will fall under the marker's judgment whether they want to award you a mark or not. Okay? For example, there are cases where it is stated in the question paper that you should use a dark blue pen or black pen, correct? Some students, I don't know why, they just like to push their luck. They want to play smart or what. They wrote in a light blue pen. If you do things like this in your exam, guys, and then your results are bad, you got no one to blame, There were some students who wrote the answers using pencil. If you fall under the marker's discretion, what do I mean by that is, the marker can decide already whether they want to give you marks or not. I am teaching you how to secure your marks, It means if, let's say, I have a personal grudge against you and I want to fail you, but because your answers are so good according to the mark scheme, I cannot fail you. That is what I'm teaching you to do. But if you do crazy things like that, like drawing your axis without using a ruler, it's up to me if I want to give you a mark or not. It is really up to me, and I can decide to not give you a mark. If you use other colored pen. No, okay lah. That's a good question. Teacher, what if I don't have a ruler? I use a calculator to draw a line. I don't know lah. As far as I know, as long as the line is straight, the line is straight lah. You get what I mean or not? No, this is for some students. I mean, guys, I see two straight lines there, which is an X and Y axis. I'm going to give you a mark. If it's not a straight line, No, but for that matter, you don't have to go back home today and practice drawing, straight lines and, making sure it's aligned. No, chill, take it easy. I just don't want your work to be messy. Can you get what I mean? So even if you don't have a ruler, you use anything else to draw a straight line, is fine. But please, guys, now that you know a graph can give you a lot of marks, please focus on drawing the graphs to perfection. Okay? Make sure your arrows are clearly there. Make sure you label it well. Make sure it's free marks if you were to ask me. I mean, can you believe, guys, by just drawing this, even if you didn't explain, it's fine, I can still give you four marks. Even if you didn't explain. Why? Because the marking scheme states that I should give you marks for all of this. You see how it works or not? Yeah, so that's it. So there is an old PPC and then there's a new production curve. There's an arrow from the left to the right. That's it. Simple as that. Okay, I don't want to waste too much of time on this. Now that you guys know, well and good. Okay, guys, this question. Okay, key term. Can you see the word discuss? Can you see the word discuss? The minute you see the word discuss, you should already know you should give a yes and no answer. Okay? Teacher, in the trial exam, I wrote yes, I give you like 10 points. So, in the marking scheme, maximum I can give you is 3 marks for just yes. But teacher, I gave you 5 for no. Maximum I can give you is 3 marks for no. Ouch, sorry. Okay, guys, are we cool? 3 marks for yes, 3 marks for no. That's how you can get 5 marks. Understand or not, guys? Understand or not? Maximum is 3 marks for yes, maximum is 3 marks for no. So if you, by logic, if you give me more marks, like one of your friends who did for business studies, the reason why she got very high marks, she gave me more than what I need. If you can give me, you were to notice this, I want to show you a keyword. Students, look at question B. Explain 2 causes of a fall in the birth rate. If I wrote 4 causes, can I get 4 marks? What would I do? I explained it to you already just now. What would I do as a marker? I will just slash out the last 2 and I will only take the first 2 answers. Okay, that is what I would do if I see explain two causes. But you look at question E. Discuss whether a firm would benefit from a fall in its country's exchange rate. You can give me 5 points for yes and 5 points for no. Even if 2 is wrong but 3 is correct, I will still give you marks. The first 2 is wrong, the last 3 is correct. It doesn't matter because it's not stated there that you should only give 2, you should only give 3. It's stated there to discuss whether a firm would benefit from a fall in its country's exchange rate. One thing you need to remember is when you see the word discuss, you must give a yes and no answer. Do you understand? You must give a yes and no answer. So for example, you're going to start it off like this. Discuss whether a firm would benefit from a fall in its country's exchange rate. So the way you phrase it would be, yes, a firm would benefit from a fall in its country's exchange rate because, simple as that. Some of you guys are writing me essays, okay? Don't get me in the wrong way. When I ask you to write more than necessary, give me more points. Not guys, y'all are writing me like, you know, you're, I don't know, man, some Cleopatra kind of, you know, the English words and some Shakespearean, come on, man. You expect me to give you marks because your English is good, do it in your essay papers for English. For this, I see the point, I'm going to give a mark, that's it. Can you all get what I mean, where I'm coming from? Yes, a firm would benefit from a fall in its country's exchange rate because exports will be cheaper. When your exchange rate drops, that means more people want to buy our products. Correct or not, guys? So our exporting will be cheaper. Okay? Explain. Increase demand of its products and increase of sales and profit. Simple as that. I'm going to give you 1 mark for exports will be cheaper, 1 mark for the explanation. Are we cool? Let's think. What other benefits would a firm get if our country's exchange rate falls? Let's think. From a Malaysian point of view, if let's say our exports, okay, our country's exchange rate, the ringgit drops, okay, how is it beneficial for us? Let's think. The first one is exports will be cheaper. Second one, guys, increase in market share. Because the ringgit has dropped, countries around the world now can actually afford to buy more of our products. So prices of local goods become more attractive than overseas goods, hence increasing potential markets. People from Singapore, from Thailand would now find it more affordable to buy our products. So which is a very good thing. Are you all following me, guys? And if you want to explain further, countries which has never bought products from our country before will now find it cheaper to buy, and hence it increases new markets, something like that. Your explanation, you want to explain longer because you're not comfortable with your first part of explanation, you can give it to me longer, it is fine. Do not be lazy in explaining. Explain more. Even if you get it wrong, if there's one sentence correct there, I will be forced to give you a mark. You see how it works or not? Secure your marks. Okay, guys? After this, so yes already given, 2 for exports, I'm sorry, 2 for yes already given. By logic, I can give you 4 marks there. Okay, by logic, I can give you 4. Some markers will give you a maximum of 2 or 3 because you didn't fulfill the yes or no. Next one will be no. A firm would not benefit from a fall in its country's exchange rate because, okay guys, so what else could happen? If the exchange rate in our country falls, what possible problems could it cause? Why would we not benefit? Because it increases the price of imports. Isn't that true? If the country of Malaysia, our exchange rate drops, and we actually import raw material from Thailand, our products are going to become more expensive. Why? Because the cost has become more expensive. Firms which purchase raw materials from overseas will have higher costs of production, and this increases their selling price. Simple as that. You want to explain further? Go ahead. If the selling price increases, the demand for their product will drop, their sales will drop, their profits will be lower. This is not beneficial to them. Thank you, Ken. I can accept. So far, are we good? Another point. Creates uncertainty. Okay, Some firms do not like it when the exchange rate fluctuates. You know why? Because they cannot make plans already. I planned to, okay, let's say, like, guys, make a simple business. I am buying flour from Thailand to bake cakes in Malaysia and sell it to Singapore. Understand, right? I am buying my raw material flour from Thailand to bake cakes in Malaysia and to sell it in Singapore. Suddenly, the exchange rate drops in my country. Singaporeans might be happy because they can afford to buy more of my cakes, but I am not going to be happy because I have to pay more now to get the same quantity of flour from Thailand. Correct? Yeah, so that's how it works. So if I have to pay more to Thailand and I buy the flour, inevitably I will have to increase my selling price. Will Singaporeans be happy? No, they won't. You see how it works? All right. So I just have to explain. Firms may find it difficult to plan out their budget as exchange rate would seem uncertain. That's it. You write it down like this, you get 5 full marks. You know what you have given me or not? You have given me more than what is needed. I am forced to give you 5 full marks. This is what I am asking you to do. Are we cool, guys? Ken? Do you all want a break? I just gave you a break, right? You want another break now? 2 minutes? Go. All right, come. We just have a little bit more, Niga, just a little bit more because I just want to cover section A today, a little bit of section B, but if we can end faster, we will end faster. Okay, are we cool? All right, come, let's move on. Okay, we are done with this question already. Now, are we done with this question? Are we done with this question? No, I think haven't. No, haven't. The last question we did was this. Creates uncertainty. Okay, so now we are going to go to question F. Let's look at question F, guys. Question F. Explain using information from the extract and figure 1 what might have happened to the market for steel in China in 2015. Okay, students. Number 1, you will have to draw a graph. Okay. Drawing a graph is easy. You already saw you can get a lot of marks. The second thing, what you have to do is, you know, when they give you figures and they expect you to analyze the figures, is another very easy thing to get marks. Let me show it to you, guys. We are going to go to question F. Okay. Explain using information from the extract and figure 1 what might have happened to the market for steel in China in 2015. Okay, this is the figure. I hope it's clear enough. I mean, this was the figure which we saw earlier, guys, okay, where the price increased and all that. Okay, what you have to do is, you will just have to explain this. Can you see it's 4 marks? Can you see it's 4 marks? Do you understand the question or not? Explain what might have happened to the market for steel in China. It's actually a very straightforward question. You literally just have to explain the diagram. First thing, the diagram shows the price increasing. Isn't that correct? This is in the marking scheme. You got one mark already. Simple, right? The second one, do you see the quantity dropping? Do you see that, the quantity dropping? Second mark. This causes the quantity demanded to drop. If you just wrote the quantity demanded drop, you already got one mark for that. You already got 2 marks. Out of 4 marks, you already got 2. You literally just explained what is happening on the graph. Third one. Perhaps there was a subsidy for the price of steel which was removed, causing an increase in price. Is that true? Is that true? Yeah, I mean, that's what actually happened. The quantity supplied also drops. That's it. Guys, I'm sorry, the quantity supplied was supposed to come first, but yeah, you'll get the point, okay? All right, guys. That's it. You got 4 full marks. You literally just explained what you saw in the diagram. You didn't do anything else. Can you all get what I mean, guys? You literally just explained what you saw in the diagram. This is another way you guys can get free marks. Are you all following me so far? So please pray that you get graphs. Drawing graphs are easy. You label it and you got marks, man. Can you all get what I mean? All right. Next one. This is the mark scheme. Do you have supply decreasing? Do you have that? You got 1 mark. Price rising, do you have that? You got 1 mark. Do you have demand contracting? Demand drop, you got 1 mark. Less steel fall in quantity. If the subsidy to steel industry was cut, demand and supply inelastic. Okay, you don't have demand and supply are inelastic. Do you have something to do with the subsidy being removed? Correct, that's it. You got 4 marks just like that. You see, as a marker, when I see the students answer like this, and I see the mark scheme like this, can I give them 4 marks? Can I give them lesser than 4? I cannot give them lesser than 4. That is why the markers are told to follow the mark scheme blindly. Okay, now guys, so far are we good? Excellent. Okay, students, last question before we move on to section B. Last question. Did you see one word which you should already know what to do? Discuss. What should you do? Yes and no. Thank you. Okay. Discuss whether engaging in free trade increases living standards in a country. They are asking you, free trade means the removal of all trade barriers. No trade barrier, no tariffs, no quota, no embargoes, nothing. So when they remove all the free trade, when they remove all the trade barriers, your country will be facing something known as a free trade. Every country now can export and import freely without any trade barriers whatsoever. They are asking if this free trade can increase the living standards in a country or not. Teacher, I don't know how to start. Very simple. Start it off like this. Yes, engaging in free trade increases living standards in a country because... Write your answers quickly. Write your answers. Give me 3 for yes and 3 for no. That's all. 3 for yes and 3 for no. There is no limit to it. Quick. I'll give you about... Give me yes first. Give me yes. I'll give you 2 minutes for yes. Okay, guys, I think I have given you enough time. I think by now you should have already figured out 3 points, right? At least I think you have 1, right? Do you have 1? Don't have 1 also as yet. Think, guys, think carefully. Engaging in free trade increases living standards in a country because what happens if we are free to import and export anything we like? GDP increases. How? Okay, I can actually accept that. Your GDP can increase. Why? Because more products are being produced. I heard someone saying more choices just now, right? Who said? More choices. Correct. Explain. Bro, don't write. Explain. What do you mean by more choices? No, he cannot be put on the spot, He's like, wait, teacher, I'm stuck. Calm down. Okay, guys, it's as simple as this. I had a few trade barriers with Singapore and Thailand. Okay, I'm giving you very simple ones because it's the closest. Now, before this, I had a lot of trade barriers, with them. I couldn't simply buy and sell with them because, we had embargoes, we had quotas and all of that. Now, all of that are removed. It means I can buy any amount of products I want from Thailand, and they can buy any products which I am actually making here. Is that a good thing? Good and bad. That's what we are here to discuss. Now, the first reason it is good because one of your friends said there are more choices. Yes, there are more choices for the people of Malaysia as well as Thailand because they can now import and export freely. The consumers will have more choices because there is no restrictions on the goods being brought into the country. That's it. Are we cool, guys? Are we cool? Okay, give me another 1 more point. I think the explanation bit, you guys are okay. I think the explanation, you should be okay, but you have to think of the point. Let's look at what I have. Sorry, what's that? Actually can, but if you just leave it like that, I will not give you a mark. Your explanation. How can removing trade barriers increase the taxes for the government? How? Corporate tax. No. You're on the right track, you're on the right track. Corporate tax can increase, but how? Explain. Thank you. Correct. Okay, focus here. Her point was it increases government tax. I'm sorry, it increases the amount of tax collected by the government, correct? That statement alone will not make sense if your explanation is not strong. So her explanation is more goods are being produced to be exported. When goods are produced to be exported, the revenue which comes in, a certain percentage goes for tax. And henceforth, the government tax increases, correct? Not government tax increases, the government's tax revenue increases here. Okay, so far, okay, not guys? Okay, I like how you gave me 3 points. Let's look at it. The first one, increased number of products being imported and exported. Let me explain. As there are no trade barriers or restrictions controlling the movement of goods into and out from the country, firms are able to trade freely, increasing output and revenue as well as profits. This increases the choice of goods available for consumption, thus increasing the standard of living. My explanation is so long. You know why I did this? Okay, I'm going to teach you a trick. This question, right? Because it is 6 marks, in the marking scheme, it is stated that I can give you up to 4 marks for yes and up to 4 marks for no. Okay? Are you all following me or not? It means you need not necessarily have to balance it out. Oh, if I give 3 points for yes, I must also give 3 points for no. No. You can give me 4 points for yes and 2 points for no. It is fine. Because as a marker, I'm still going to mark you. You understand, not guys, what I mean? Like some students, they are a bit like, I don't know, maybe they are OCD or something, you know. If I give 3 points for yes, I must also give 3 points for no. Because I cannot think of 3 points for no, I'm going to minus one point for yes. No, you're wasting your marks. You all get what I mean? Just give it, just throw it in there. It's okay, just throw it in there. I am so certain that engaging in free trade increases the living standards in a country. I'm going to throw in 4 points there, but I really cannot think of any points for no. It's okay, you still got 4. Can you get what I mean or not? Can you get what I mean? Because there is no restrictions in this question telling you that you must only give 2 points for yes and 2 points for no. Can you get what I mean? This is the trick of the trade. Okay, guys, so you can give me as many points as you want for yes. You can give me as many points as you want for no. It's okay. All right, one more point. This one, I'm surprised no one thought about it. It reduces unemployment. Huh, teacher, how? How does removing trade barrier remove unemployment? Explain. As firms begin to increase output, they will tend to expand, and this expansion leads to an increase in employment. When more people have jobs, their standard of living improves. That's it. You see how it works? You see how it works? Okay. What I have chosen to do today is, I am going to give 2 points of yes and 2 points for no. My explanation is long enough. It's going to get me marks. So far, okay, not guys? So far, okay? Let's move on. No, engaging in free trade does not increase living standards in a country because, can you please tell me? This is actually quite easy. Why are trade barriers set up? Think. So that we don't get illegal stuff, correct? Your first answer. Unsafe products may enter the country, which is true. Okay, the trade barriers are there, embargoes, tariffs, quotas, you know, these 3 forms of trade barriers are very necessary because the government does not want other products which are illegal or negative externalities to be brought into the country. So your explanation can be trade barriers set up to control the type of products being brought into the country. Once removed, there may be potential threats entering the country. That's it. So far, okay, guys? Can you think of something else or not? Trade barriers protects the country from something else. When it's removed, the country may fall victim to it, which is what? Sorry? What? Girls? What? What? Drugs. Same under this. Very difficult for me if I don't say the word. Have you all heard of this? Dumping may occur. What is dumping? Yeah. So for example, some countries which have products which are out of date, in order to clear their stocks, may bring it into a country without any trade barriers. This creates unwanted goods to enter the country. That's it. Are we cool, students? This does not increase our standard of living. This, in fact, brings down our standard of living. So far, can you all understand or not? This is how I chose to answer this question. Let's say in the exam hall, you're doing your IGCSE. Teacher, this dumping one, I am not sure. I don't think it's correct. Give me another point below that. Can you think of any other points? Local firms close down because there is no restriction on trade barriers, right? So a lot of imported goods will be coming into the country. When a lot of imported goods come into the country, local businesses cannot sustain because no one wants their products. They will be forced to close down. Does this improve the standard of living? No, thank you. That's it. You got a third one there. If let's say you are not sure on how to explain the second one, just give me a third one. So when I am reading it, I'm still, maybe your dumping may occur is not such a good point. I'm still going to give you another point for the one below. You all see how it works or not? Yeah, this is how you can secure your marks. Give more than necessary, but make sure you're accurate with your points. Okay. Some of you all are making this mistake. Teacher Eugene said to write more than necessary, right? So you know under the dumping may occur, I want to write down half a page. Please don't bother lah. Right not? Because I can give you maximum also two marks only. I want more marks. You know the one in red? The font in red, I want more of that. Give me more of that. Your explanation just be precise enough. Can you guys get what I mean? Now, think of the font in red more. If you can think of the font in red more, your explanation, I'm sure you all can come up with something lah, you know. But that is where you'll be getting marks. Are we cool, students? Okay, guys, we have officially discussed, very long lah. I want to go to this. I want to show you this. We have officially discussed all these questions. Any question for me? No, like promise, it's only 3 o'clock. I still have another 15 minutes with you guys. Can we do one question from section B? Can you choose the question? Actually, no, I only got one question. Can we just choose one? Just do one question from section B. One question. Guys, next week, what is going to happen is, today you guys have the knowledge on how to answer the question, right? Next week, I'm going to throw the questions in front of you. Maybe I'll give you the past years, which we'll be doing next week, so you can print it out and come beforehand. Okay, I'll give that to you. You just give me the answers. I will give you the mark scheme and tell you whether you're right or wrong. It's not a competition. Please don't go and read the mark scheme for the past year and come back because it beats the whole purpose. Okay, the objective is for you to think, follow the method I taught you, follow that. And let's see how much you can get correct. Can you all get what I mean? All right. So guys, we are going to move on to one last, where are we, guys? Where are we, guys? I think we are here, right? Yeah. Okay, we are here. Okay, students, let's try this. Let's try this until the class, okay, let's do A and B lah. A and B. Okay, A and B only, can? Sorry guys, I think it went upside down again. Okay, students, in Saudi Arabia, output of cement has risen as a result of an increase in demand from the construction industry for building houses, schools, hospitals, and roads. The market for cement is also being affected by price changes, export bans, and mergers between companies making cement. A, define demand. Your section B, the one where you have to choose 3 out of 4 questions. Choose 3 out of 4. Okay? What do you have to do? Teacher, I just choose number 2 and 3 and 4 because my friend told me number 2, 3, and 4 is easier than question 5. No such thing. No such thing. Question 2, question 3, question 4, question 5, they are all on the same weightage. All of them are 20 marks. All of them are 2, 4, 6, 8. Can you get what I mean? All of them are 2, 4, 6, 8, the first one. So maybe what I can tell you is that the difference is that some of them come from different topics. So question 2, if you think that demand is something you can do, choose question 2. Another common myth which I'd like to break, a stereotype here. If I choose a difficult question like exchange rate, I can get more marks. Guys, you get more marks based on the points you give. If you think demand is easy, you can do demand, then choose this. Do you understand? Don't, Teacher Eugene said that if I draw a lot of graphs, I can get marks. Well, that is correct, but your graphs have to be correct, right? So if you choose a question where you're supposed to draw a graph, well and good, but make sure you know how to draw the graph. Okay, students, the answer for question A, 2 marks, is too simple. I'm sure you guys can do it. So let's go to B. Let's go to question B. Explain 2 reasons why a country might want to restrict exports. A country might want to restrict exports because, okay, think of it. Because I think you should know your answer for A already. I don't want to spoon feed it to you. So, write out your answer for A in the best way possible you can to get 2 full marks. And give me your answer for B. Explain 2 reasons why a country might want to restrict exports. That means the government does not want you to sell your goods overseas. Why is the government being so unfair? Why are they doing this? I mean, shouldn't they encourage us to export products? Not necessarily. There comes a circumstance where they will want you to stop exporting your product. I mean, not stop, but control the exports of your products. Why would the government want to do this? Not enough natural resources. If not enough natural resource, why they want to stop export? They should just maybe increase the laws surrounding that natural resource, or maybe increase the price of the natural resource altogether. Right? Why would they want to restrict exports only? No. Think carefully. Disposal income of people are too much. If disposal income of people are too much, it would cause an inflation. Henceforth, the government should increase their fiscal policy. What has that got to do with exports? Focus on exports. Why would the government want to restrict exports? Think. Okay, guys, you all are looking at me. Please don't look at me. Think. For example, the government of Malaysia does not want me to sell my products to Singapore and Thailand. Why? Thank you. Now you're talking. Balance of payment. You all know what's a balance of payment surplus and balance of payment deficit? What's that? Explain. I don't know. Explain. What's that? What is a balance of payment surplus? A balance of payment surplus is when imports are higher than exports, or the other way around. Export higher than import. Thank you. A balance of payment surplus is when exports are higher than imports. Though this is what every government wants, because it is still better than a balance of payment deficit where imports are higher than exports. Though every government wants to have a surplus, we cannot have a surplus which is too high. That means our exports are so high, our imports are so low. Why? Other countries will start to have trade wars with us, which is why it's called balance of payment. We can have maybe 2% extra, a surplus, it's fine, just nice. It means our level of import and level of export is almost the same. But we cannot increase this exponentially. That means we want our exports to be super high because we want all the money in the world and we just want to sell products and don't want to buy products. It's going to create a trade wars. Other countries will not like us. They will start implementing strong barriers of entry and trade barriers so that we cannot export to them. Can you guys get what I mean? So the government does not want this to happen. So number one, you can give me that answer. the government wants to balance out the balance of payment. Then your explanation, you can say, because it was a balance of payment surplus which was too high, so the government wanted to balance it out, hence they had to reduce the exports. Can you understand? Okay, now can somebody please give me your answer for A? Define demand. Please guys, come on man. Consumers' needs for product. Consumers' needs for product. If I'm in a good mood, I'll give you 1 mark max. You're missing out on something. Guys, what is the definition of demand? The willingness and ability, that is effective demand. Number of people willing and able to buy a product. Isn't that total demand? Guys, come on, man. The desire to want a product at a given price in a given period of time. Okay? The period of time, given price, all of those are marks. Can you guys get what I mean? The definition of demand. So demand refers to the desire to want a product at a given price in a period of time. That's it. Some of you all are still copy pasting. It's not wrong, but yeah. Okay, students, I think I'll have another 10 minutes with you guys, then we can end about 3:20 here. We can end about 3:20 here. All right? Okay. Can you please give me your answer for B? If you give me your answer for B, you are good to go. So a country might want to restrict exports because they want to have higher exchange rate. Your answer is correct, but the way you phrased it is not right. Not because they want to have a higher exchange rate. Cannot work. Okay, guys, you all want to talk about exports, right? Look in front. Look in front. You guys remember the foreign exchange market? The foreign exchange market. So we are going to take Thailand. We are going to take Singapore. Okay? Thailand wants to buy products from Singapore. Thailand must first buy something. What must Thailand buy? The currency of Singapore. So Thailand must buy Singapore dollars in order to buy the products from Singapore, correct? When Thailand does this, they go through something known as the foreign exchange market. So Thailand will use their Thai bahts and pump it into the foreign exchange market, and in return, they'll be getting Singaporean dollars. Now, what happens is Singapore dollars have left the country. Singapore dollars has actually entered Thailand, but Thailand bahts has actually been removed, correct? What is going to happen is when the Thai bahts, right, when a large sum of Thai bahts are in the foreign exchange market, the exchange rate will start to drop. That means the Thai bahts will lose its value because it's all over the foreign exchange market. Singapore dollars, on the other hand, will start to increase in value because the demand for Singapore dollars is very high. Correct? Exchange rate, if you guys want to bring exchange rate into this exports, you can. But the way she phrased it is not accurate. I'm so sorry. She cannot say that, what's that you say? They want to make the exchange rate higher. I mean, what she's trying to say is the government bans export. Why would the government ban export in order to make the exchange rate higher? Shouldn't they increase the exports? Correct or not? When they increase the exports, our currency will be higher in demand, right? Am I right? Guys, are you all following me or not? So, no need to bring that. Let me tell you the first answer, guys. Control level of prices. What do I mean by that? How is the government going to control exports and control the level of prices? The second one is reduce balance of payment surplus. Let me explain to you control level of prices. When exports are restricted, domestic producers have to focus on home market, and this forces them to keep prices low. That's why. Can you get what I mean? They only are forced to sell to local people. They cannot sell it to other people who want to import their products. So this is why they have to keep their prices low. Are we cool, guys? All right. Second one, reduce balance of payment surplus. I think this is quite easy to understand. When exports are higher than imports, it creates a balance of payment surplus. Hence, government restricts exports to reduce the surplus. That's it. Are we cool, guys? Are we cool? We have successfully answered A and B. Can you please help me with C? Oh, I said until B. I think I lied. Okay. Can we just try C? Analyze how information on the price elasticity of demand for its product can influence a firm's pricing decisions. Hey guys, this is a typical question. I think we have discussed it in class. You all know what is price elasticity of demand? What is that? It measures the responsiveness of what? It measures the level of consumer spending habits. No. Price elasticity of demand. It measures the responsiveness of quantity demanded on the change of price. Correct? So for example, I am selling chocolate cakes. One cake is 10 ringgit. I have got 5 customers buying from me every day. If I increase the price to 15 ringgit, how many customers will I lose? All the 5, 4, 3. So in order for me to understand this, I need to do price elasticity of demand. What is the formula? Come on, guys. Quantity, what? The old quantity minus the new quantity. So QO minus Q1 divided Q1. Divide by what? Which is Q. Thank you. So it's Q2 minus Q1 divided by Q1, that is the quantity, divided by P2 minus P1 divided by P1. It's a mouthful if I say it. I should just draw it. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. So you remember the formula for price elasticity of demand. Well and good. If you put the formula for price elasticity of demand in this question, do you get any marks? You will get marks. Is the question asking you about that? They are asking you to analyze how information on the PED can influence a firm's pricing decisions. So if you know that your price is, if you know that your good is elastic, what should you do? If you know your good is inelastic, what you should do? That's it. Understand, guys? You want to do it now or next week? Now? I can still hear now. Okay, next week. You all sure? Okay, guys, this is actually a 2018 paper. I will send you the details in the WhatsApp group, and I think for the centers, I've already sent it to them. Print out the paper and come back. Shh, guys, print it out and come back. We are going to discuss it next week. Are you cool? Are you cool? All right, guys, that's it for today. Thank you so much. I'll see you guys. Bye-bye.